It looks like the GOP is going to get a tax reform package passed sooner than later, assuming they do. What is your best tax reform playbook? Let's trade it. Welcome to Trading Nation. Larry McDonald, the Bear Traps Report. Craig Johnson, Piper Jaffray. Larry, assuming the GOP gets something done, how do we change our investing thesis around it?
Well, a couple things. In the last couple minutes, I just had to take a quick call. Senator Rubio's backing away, and you have Senator McCain in the hospital. So there is some risk for next week. I mean, we technically can get a vote, but for the White House to cancel Mike Pence's trip to Israel or to Middle East, something's going on, and they're bringing him back. So we probably get a vote.
Perhaps as a tiebreaker?
Yeah, in other words, they didn't need him before. Now they potentially need him. So it's much tighter than people think. But net, I mean, the market is the serpent, the beast in the market has been pricing in tax reform the entire year. We work with clients. Clients have been literally positioning capital into tax reform plays since August and then even in the fall. So we think January, for a whole bunch of reasons, is going to be very rough because people are going to take gains and they're going to put off the gains until January for a lot of tax different reasons, and people are going to sell on the news. I think it's a very high probability of pounding the table, get long volatility for January because people are going to sell the tax reform on the news.
So basically, bottom line, Larry, before we go to Craig, which is if we do get it passed, we kind of just keep doing what we're doing. It's really the risk of it not passing that would involve the change. The playbook is established, but if it doesn't pass, then you change. Correct? Is that? I don't want to misstate you.
Well, if it doesn't pass, it'll pass in the first quarter. But so you've got a risk for volatility next week if we have a problem with these senators. But then once you get a pass, you get extreme high probability of volatility in January when people are just the new year's here. Take your profits, and a lot of this good news is priced in for tax reform.
Okay, Craig Johnson, what do we do? Just buy retailers and airlines, which have basically the 1 and 2 highest effective tax rates of the corporate world? What do we do?
Well, Brian, there's a couple things that we're seeing happening and having a lot of conversations with investors lately, post our most recent publication going out. There's been definite profit taking that's been occurring in the technology sector, and you're seeing some repositioning going into financials and also into energy. Those are two areas where people have been focused on. I think some of this kind of tax reform, kind of take the profits, a little bit of a move up in those, might be a little bit shorter term. But the chart I brought in today is I brought in the XLF. Now, the XLF is acting very well on the chart. I think from here, you could see a move back up toward about 38. So I think you got a pretty good setup here on the chart for the XLF, and that would be one of the playbooks I would play, Brian. I'd also just mention that as you progress into 2018, I'm definitely not as bearish as Larry is here on this market. I still think there's a lot of really good things happening here. If there are any shorter-term pullbacks, I think it's going to be reason to be buying in this market. And so part of the playbook for us is any dips, don't trip, continue to buy this market long, and we're looking for 28.50 by year end of next year on the S&P.
You remain long and strong. You've been so for a while, and you've been right. But again, I think Larry makes a good point. Watch Rubio. Watch Senator McCain with some of his health issues as well. Watch Susan Collins of Maine. There's still some variables out there. Larry and Craig, thank you both very much. As always, folks, thank you for tuning into Trading Nation. I'm Brian Sullivan, and we're going to see you soon.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.